Do you know what a healthy fat is? Hi, I'm Nick from Naturally Nick, and I help women optimise their health after they've had cancer. So I just want to clarify what a healthy fat is, because it's been quite confusing over the years. 30 years ago, we avoided fat like the plague. And then the research started to show that in actual fact, we did need to embrace healthy fats. But we've kind of gone overboard. And now I see people using oils that are healthy, but using too much of them. And if you were trying to release weight, or even you've got some health conditions, you really need to minimize the fat in your diet. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a key at the end about which fats to embrace so that you don't overdo it. So what are the unhealthy fats? Really, it's the mass-produced oils. It's the oils that you see on the shelf, the vegetable oils. There's corn, canola, cottonseed, soy, safflower, sunflower, all of these mass-produced oils that you see in processed packaged food. Now the trouble is that some of them, a majority of them, are genetically modified. We want to be avoiding genetically modified foods for two reasons. One, we do not know what genetically modified foods are actually doing to us. And the research is showing that it's perhaps not that healthy. The other thing is that genetically modified foods are sprayed very heavily. In fact, they're genetically modified to resist the pesticides that are sprayed on them. And so glyphosate is one of those, and that's been linked to cancer. So you want to be avoiding these oils, and the easiest way to do that is to avoid processed and packaged food. So get back to making your own food from scratch as often as possible. Now, the other thing is, what are the healthy fats? We actually do need some fats. We need some omega-6s and some omega-3s. You don't have to go out of your way to get the omega-6s because they're pretty much everywhere. You get them in nuts and seeds and some of your grains. But the omega-3s, we do need them. And probably the healthiest sources of those are some fish, fish if you eat fish, usually wild caught. Hopefully you've got someone in the family who catches fish. And some flax seeds and hemp seeds and walnuts are great sources of omega-3s. Now the healthiest way to approach fats is to look at a fat from a whole food source. So just like we want to avoid drinking fruit juice, but we want to eat whole fruit, let's think of fat in that way. So let's embrace avocados rather than avocado oil. Let's throw a handful of olives onto our salad rather than dousing it in olive oil. So thinking of avocados, nuts and seeds, whole olives, and even whole coconut if you can get it, are whole food sources of healthy fats. And if you are going to use a healthy fat like a really good quality olive oil or maybe even some coconut oil, go easy. Go back to measuring. One of the tricks that I use when I'm making roasted vegetables is I pour a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil onto the palm of my hand, rub it in, and then rub it all over the vegetables. That way you're minimizing the amount of liquid oil and you're helping, you're not overdoing it. Because especially if you're trying to release weight or you've got cholesterol issues, it's really advisable to pull back on the amount of oil that you're using. And of course, I think we also need to remember that all animal products and all dairy products are full of saturated fat. So even low-fat dairy products or lean meat are still a high-fat food. So we need to be pulling back and minimizing those if they are foods that are in your diet. So just remember that let's try and go for the whole food sources of healthy fats. That way we're getting all of the fiber and all of the vitamins and minerals in those healthy fats. So I hope that helped, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.